Well, it wouldn't be fair if we didn't get bugs of Selena's, would it? This little sneaky guy's trying to be sneaky. Alright, we've got some questions today. Hello. I have seen many of your videos. Could you give me some information concerning natural disasters for Cuenca? Epicenter was in the north coast here, but it was felt throughout the whole country. And yeah, buildings were shaking here. But there wasn't any measurable damage. But that doesn't mean that the next huge mega quake won't do that. None of the construction here is reinforced. It's all unreinforced masonry and cement, so it cracks easy. You can go to Netflix and search for mega earthquake, and it's very informative. There's a documentary there. You should look at that. But mudslides, yeah, it did cause some mudslides, but not in the city proper. But when you're traveling outside the city, but they quickly fix them in most cases. Within a week, it's fixed.
Okay, there's a parrot in the window.
Looks like a little parrot, a little lovebird.
Hey, little guy. Hi.
Who's not scared of this?
Hey, you want to come in?
Yeah, he's right
You know,
here.
we can open the window, slide it open, the screen.
I've heard we can rent for $500 or less. Like I say, you need to go to the Gringo Good Samaritans website and do your research. There's more to know about how much you pay in rent. Remember, how much you pay in rent has to do with you. Well, you're not going to pay, a low rent in a high demand area, which is usually where tourists go and where newbie expats go. And elderly too, and security buildings where everybody congregates, and neighborhoods where people talk about on social media, and everybody that's, every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's new to the area piles into those areas, and the rents, you're not going to get a low rent there, okay? But you can try. You never know. If you're persistent, you don't really know what you can accomplish if you're persistent. That's the thing. You got to be persistent. It's all up to you. It's all up to you what kind of attitude you have.
You know what? He is a chick.
This is great on the screen.
It's a chicklet.
Yeah, he came flying in and was kind of like smashed his face, what he did.
Kathy says, do I get the recommended vaccines for Ecuador? If not, what measures did you take to protect yourself or precautions? Okay, this kind of a question stems from the misunderstanding or lack of knowledge about what's going on here. You can't just take a vaccine on this thing. Some people don't believe in vaccines. They have side effects, consequences, just like antibiotics have consequences and side effects and such. And so while people like us in an emergency, when we are thrown into a loop and are in a new environment that we're not familiar with and aren't prepared, we may go to these solutions in an emergency, but we're not looking to use those solutions as an ongoing, permanent way of life. And that's what it comes down to, is what is your way of life? What is your belief? If you believe in vaccines, go get your vaccines. For us, vaccines are not a solution. Many people don't like them. Many people have done the research and they know, and many people have suffered over them. But beyond that kind of a conversation, this parasite's insidious. Now, when I said go out to eat, you can, if all your food's cooked and you drink bottled water, the bottle's brought to the table, and the cap is, you get to unscrew the cap, and you know that you're the one that opened it. You minimize your chances. It's not like there's nothing you can do. I'm not trying to spread some kind of hysteria, especially for short-term visitors. You can go home and take your antibiotic, and you're good to go. But living in a place permanently is a whole different ball game, guys. We have appreciated your knowledge and watched several of your videos. Well, keep watching, guys. That's it for today. Thanks for listening.
Come on, little guy.
You got to put a little seed, some sunflower seeds on the counter.
You have them hiding in your closet. I'm
Plus, he's
taping.
going to start pooping in the house.
We have a cat.
Go get me a cage.
consistent with Henry David Thoreau and his laughing about how little he spent, my tripod needs an adjustment. That's more like it. So what are my thoughts about having a 35% increase in our budget over 5 years? I don't think that the increase was, that the whole increase was just simply due to some kind of imaginary inflationary kind of gradual increase in prices above, just above board on everything. The majority of the increases are because we moved to a touristy area, and I made a video when we first were looking at Salinas about why we had not moved to Salinas to begin with, why we were in Cuenca for 5 years, and during that time we never came to Salinas. One of the reasons was because it's too touristy, and I believe that a large portion of why we spend so much more here is because it's so touristy, because of the lack of competition in the market and the purchase environment here. Come on, guy. All you gotta do is jump over the little ledge right there.
Well, Mom's sticking her camera in his face.
Yeah, hon, get away from him. He's probably a little bit.
I'm getting a good shot. How about you? You getting such a good shot? Okay.
There's our windowsill and our plant.
Are you getting the parrot? Let me see. Oh yeah, Frank's getting the parrot. Okay.